Ladies and gentlemen, the Earth's magnetic field is about to flip, and a giant lava lamp in the Earth's core is the driving force. Well, that's according to NASA and several other universities and institutions. Now, could they all be playing the same game and using the same information to come up with their conclusion? Probably. With that said, do you think that we're getting close to a magnetic pole shift? And if so, what does that actually mean? Does that mean that giant tsunamis hit the coastlines? Does that mean earthquakes, megaquakes, like the San Andreas Fault just buckles and buildings fall within the earth? Does that mean that the nuclear reactors peppered around the globe start to explode because they can't get a cooling source, because the electronics get fried from the magnetic pole shift? I don't know. Do you know? And if you do, what are your credentials? Are you a scientist? Have you done years of research in this field? Because I would genuinely like to have you on the show. Seriously, I'm giving a call out to any scientist out there that knows what will actually happen if the Earth's magnetic field flips. Is it going to be like a prophetic experience? Is this going to happen on 9/23? And if so, where are you going to be? You know, here's some other images, some graphs that show, I mean, it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, these wiggly lines. I mean, if I research it, I could figure it out pretty quick. But so look at this right here. This is the supposed inner Earth. Now, my question is, how do they even know? I mean, they've never been there, right? We've only gone down approximately, 10 miles into the Earth's core? I don't know. There's mines out there that go down for miles, yet the Earth as a whole, as a globe, what's really in the center of the Earth? Some people speculate a crystalline substance. Some people speculate it's hollow. Now, there are scientific graphs and charts and data that shows there's actually oceans underneath oceans right now. Like there's oceans underneath the Atlantic Ocean. There's bodies of water, I should say, underneath the Atlantic Ocean, larger than the Atlantic Ocean. So it's layers, is what I'm thinking. And I've seen caves that are so large, you've got ecosystems within the Earth, but that still isn't anywhere near close to the center of the Earth. So what's really there? And how do these guys know? What can they use to come up with this conclusion from a scientific standpoint that can be verified again and again? The more research that I've been doing into NASA just the past couple of days, I mean, talk about a stage. And yeah, it really does make you wonder what is true and what isn't from those guys. So I'll do a lot more questions now towards the official status quo with NASA. And I'm also going to get people that have done the math, that have done the research and gone to universities and can come on the show and explain different models. Because NASA is a lot more than just the Earth. I mean, obviously, NASA's shows us all these amazing pictures of the cosmos and nebulas and stars and other planets. And then you can start to question all that. Yet I've got my own telescope, and I can see the moon. I can see Jupiter. I can see the moons of Jupiter. I can see Saturn's rings. I can see Mars. I can see Venus. I can see different stars that have this. They're like little Tesla coils in the telescope. And when you look at the eyepiece, it's really cool. Why are they telling us the Earth's magnetic field is about to flip? Are they just trying to flip people out? Are they trying to freak people out? Is this another wag the dog stage scenario? Or is this really going to go down? And if so, are you guys prepared? Now, I'm out here in South Dakota right now. I met some people yesterday at the X-Fest event. A lot more people are showing up today and tomorrow because the weather's nicer. And really good response thus far. And for those of you that are skeptical about this, come on out. Check it out. It's amazing. And it's also, I'm hoping that this place will turn into some type of micro community of like-minded people. Now, the people that have showed up thus far that I've met, really nice, and they seem to have their head on their shoulders very well, and they're also outside of the box thinkers too, so it's just a good vibe thus far. Now, are there going to be people that show up that are going to be like, probably. Hasn't happened yet, and we'll see what happens when that actually does take place. But Robert isn't going to allow everybody into that community. I mean, just because somebody's got 25 grand, if they're going to be a problem, I don't think Robert's just going to say, okay, let's go. Because really, as a CEO of Vivos, as Robert is, it's a big company. And you can't let one person in a society, in like a small micro community that could stir the pot for everybody, because that would be of diminishing returns for everybody. So this needs to be a win-win situation. But so far, I mean, great results, and people are extremely friendly. And the people that actually live on the property, that have been there for years taking care of the property, very nice, knowledgeable, good people, good hearts, good vibes all around. So, my question is, if there is a pole shift, or not a, not a pole shift like physical pole shift, but a magnetic field flipping, what does that do? I mean, would that cause the satellites in space to, telecommunications and other things to all fall to the ground? And why is NASA hiding all this stuff? And why are these institutions hiding all this stuff? And what was up with all the charades in the theater that was played in the 70s and the 80s and the 60s and still to this day? Where do they take all the money? I mean, what do they do with it? Defense purposes? I doubt they just